Silent Hill F, uncontested best game of the year about the complexities of love and marriage in the 1960s in Japan, has shown a renewal in interest in the Silent Hill IP. What does the F stand for? Nobody knows, but that's a topic for another video. Silent Hill F has a tight cast of characters, all with fleshed out characterizations and roles, and fit into the complex social situation that is brought about by the wedding that nobody was expecting. Today's video, I want to talk more in depth about one specific character that everybody loves, but I think that most one playthrough Andys completely misunderstand. You've read the title and seen the thumbnail. I think we're ready to dive into the topic of Tsuneki Kotoyuki, the man behind the Fox Mask. To truly understand Fox Mask and dive into the nitty-gritty of his life, we have to first discuss the history of the Tsuneki family. There is very little directly stated about the Tsuneki family in the game, and most of the information we have comes from documents that are strewn about the game. I read all 74 that I found, but there is at least 80, so I might be missing some important information, but I think I've got the most accurate information on this side of the internet. That's what you come to the Brimgas channel for. Please like and subscribe, thank you. Who is the Tsuneki family, you ask? Well, the Tsuneki family were a rich family who, despite what some people will tell you, are not from Ebisugaoka. What is Ebisugaoka, you may ask? It's Hinako's hometown. Any more questions? No? Thanks. The Tsuneki family is a cursed family. Any time that fortune is bestowed upon them, it means someone else had major misfortunes bestowed upon them. Like, if they get rich, then your mom gets cancer, stuff like that. Fox Mask's father was a man named Tsuneki Hidetoshi, and he was frisky with the ladies. He was frisky with many ladies. He ended up impregnating one of his family's housemaids, a young woman by the name Fujitori Sachi. Bad luck for Sachi. Hidetoshi ends up being a part of an arranged marriage with an unnamed woman, but we'll just call her Homewrecker. Hidetoshi cast aside Sachi for Homewrecker, but since Sachi was already pregnant with Hidetoshi's firstborn, they moved her somewhere far away where they wouldn't have to think about her and they could keep it a secret. That faraway place, Ebisugaoka, the town where Hinako lives. Yeah. So Sachi has this child in Ebisugaoka, and they call him Fujitori Kotoyuki. Hidetoshi and the Tsunekis may have been cursed or something for casting her aside, but this video's not about them. This video is about Fujitori Kotoyuki. Yup, that's Fox Mask. Fox Mask grew up in Ebisugaoka with an overbearing mother who wanted him not to hang out with those delinquents in town, for he is truly a Tsuneki with royal blood, and he is worth more than that. I'm like 99% certain that his house is the one down the hill from Hinako's that you can enter once in New Game Plus. And boy, was that treasure-hiding kid actually a delinquent himself, hiding his doo-doo traps. 99% sure that his Fox Mask is a child. Prove me wrong, I want you to. So, Fox Mask is running around with his delinquent hooligan friends, and they find this fox, and they start chasing after the fox, and blammo! Fox Mask gets a fox bit. Or bite. I guess, Fox Mask gets fox bit. But Hinako comes along. Hinako saves him from the fox and gets him help. Here is a complete stranger little girl who helps him and shows him such kindness. He immediately falls in love with her and wants to meet her again. So he meets her again, and her and Shu and him love hanging out and playing Space Wars. What is Space Wars? Space Wars is where you fight aliens, protect the planet by joining the space army, and you get lightsabers and laser guns. Come on. Obviously. God damn, what kind of question is that? Anyways, Kotoyuki's days are numbered in Ebisugaoka, and he'd better enjoy them while they last. Shoot, I guess this video is about the Tsuneki curse now, huh? Don't listen to me, I don't know what's important for a video till I'm writing it, So Hidetoshi cast off Sachi and cursed the family. Hidetoshi, Homewrecker, and the two daughters they have had all come down with a grave illness, which is the curse. Hidetoshi, dead. Homewrecker, dead. Daughters, very sick. There is a housemaid who is the only person who knows the truth, that the family was cursed because Sachi was cast off, and she lets the head of the house, Kotoyuki's grandfather, know about his grandson who he was previously unaware of. Kotoyuki has to immediately leave Abisugaoka within a day, leaving all his friends behind. And you aren't going to believe this! The daughters were completely deathly ill, on the verge of death, unresponsive, contorted faces, fucked up stuff. They get better within 48 hours. Completely cured. The curse has been lifted. But now, the newly minted Tsuneki Kotoyuki, formerly Fujitori, has been separated from his one true love, Hinako. What will he do now? You might think that it was over for them, but never fret. Hinako and Foxmask kept up a correspondence through the snail mail. This game takes place in the 1960s, no emails to be seen, just super slow. One letter every 4 to 6 weeks. That's all you really needed, though. And Kotoyuki would cast love spells on his letters, too, so that helped. Hinako and Kotoyuki sending love letters back and forth, Hinako hiding them inside of a room, so no one knows about the correspondence. She sent him a pressed flower and told him that most of the time she doesn't really feel like a girl, but she wants him to feel like she is a girl, almost the same way she feels about Shu. But apparently the feelings she has for Shu are deeper. But this video is not about Shu. These letters kind of exemplify the big reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place. All you one playthrough Annies get told, oh, the game's about an arranged wedding, but this leads people to believe Foxmask is a complete stranger. But it's a lot more complicated than that. An arranged marriage is exactly what happened with Junko. Who's Junko? It's Hinako's older sister. Her parents hired a matchmaker. They matched her up with somebody who Junko didn't know and had to get married to. And her parents took the money they got from Junko's wedding, and instead of putting it towards the debts they can't stop talking about, they're buying a fucking 30,000 yen dishwasher with the Junko money. Good for them. Jesus Christ. Awful. Now, that is the textbook definition of an arranged marriage. But Foxmask, Tsuneki Kotoyuki, and Hinako wedding, this is a little more complicated than your traditional arranged marriage. These are two people who are childhood friends and kept up a correspondence for years even though they couldn't see each other, and Kotoyuki proposes to Hinako of his own volition. No one forced him to. The part that makes it complicated is that in the end, Hinako's parents are going to make enough money to be able to afford that matching clothes dryer off of Hinako's wedding, so her parents really are pushing her to do it. Which is why I would still say Hinako is kind of being forced, and while it would be correct to say it's all being arranged for her, it's not someone who is a stranger to her either, and it's someone who she grew up with and kept correspondence with for years. And at face value, most people who don't play the game multiple times won't understand that aspect. It's the reason why the decision is so hard for Hinako. Dude, people who play just once probably won't even understand that Hinako and Shu also love each other. Seen people playing this game for the first time near the end saying that they believe Shu has no feelings for her and it's okay for a boy to have female friends, Rinko. No, Shu romantically likes Hinako and Hinako likes Shu, but that's a topic for another video. It's a very complex emotional situation that is a little deeper than being forced to marry a stranger by your parents, and that is already a complex situation, so you can see how elevated Hinako's emotions would be over this. Foxmask is no stranger to Hinako before the start of the game, and I really, really, really want people to understand that aspect of their relationship. And then the game begins. 4 serious endings that show different ways this could have played out. But I want to focus on the true ending for this, because the other endings don't reveal very much more than what I've already described. In the true ending, Hinako decides to live for herself. She decides to not only abandon her friends and parents, but also her fox mask. She wants to spread her wings and fly like her namesake. Hinako supposedly means little bird according to in-game documents, so you can see what they were going for. Hinako is happiest when she gets to decide what she's going to do. Even if her decisions lead her to bad places, happiness to her is knowing she got where she is because of what she did and the decisions that she made, and not because of what other people arranged. She leaves Foxmask with a parting message, and they should both explore life on their own. See what sorts of things they're interested in, and in a few years they can reevaluate what their feelings for each other are, and they can come to a conclusion about their future relationship while they are in a more relaxed state and have more control over their lives, so they don't have to be used like puppets. Kuroyuki goes and he has the time to discover his inner child, one that was quashed when he had to leave Ebisugaoka to get ready to lead the Tsuneki family. Truly the best possible outcome for my Fox Mask Boy. Thank you everybody for watching. If I misunderstood something in the game here, please correct me in the comments. I am the master at misunderstanding highly metaphorical content. However, anything not corrected does become factual truth, so if something goes uncorrected in the comments, be sure that it undeniably 100% is the truth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if that's still a thing anymore.